The heavens blackened. A colossal monster emerged from the clouds as lightning struck below. Phonia's group stopped a short distance away. Clarice's eyes widened in horror. Something was terribly wrong. As her sworn knight, I could not let Her Highness face this danger. Perhaps we can still retreat now, Princess Phonia. The giant octopus glared, its massive eyes scanning everything. Lightning struck the castle's occupants, their screams of agony echoing. They cried out in terror, called the guards. Where are they? Help us. What are those condemned soldiers doing? Gasp. He collapsed in fear before the soldiers. As a voice roared, have these bastards all gone insane? Clarice's voice suddenly cut through the tense air. Make way for me. The surrounding nobles stared, stunned by her appearance. Saintess Clarice. Frowning, she commanded, we must immediately alert the cathedral knights stationed nearby. A knight cut her off. That is forbidden. She questioned furiously. You dare openly defy my command? Knox removed his mask. I am merely carrying out another's will, an order from my true master. As he and the other knights revealed their true nature, the nobles turned and fled in panic. Run. These bastards are all in on it. The green-haired woman gritted her teeth in fury. There is almost no combat strength here. Only high nobles and a young saintess. Yet, this catastrophe has befallen us. She ordered loudly. These soldiers, they look abnormal. Please stand back, Saintess. Despite the chaos, Clarice suddenly cast a spell. Holy magic, divine power dispersion. She bravely stood her ground. I am all right. My barrier can withstand most attacks. Knox screamed in agony as Clarice's spell struck him. She calmly gave her orders. Focus your minds on protecting the other nobles. Our top priority is escaping this mansion. A nobleman screamed, clutching his head. Wait, only members of House Ed Rotstaylor are missing from this banquet. They're all definitely in on this together. From their young Harris to the son who just had his title restored, their complete absence is irrefutable proof. That's it. I'll report this to the royal family. I'll have their entire bloodline purged. Hearing his incessant rambling infuriated Clarice. All of you, be silent. With those words, she unleashed a massive wave of power, blasting Knox away. Everyone stared in shock at the unconscious man, listening to Clarice's heavy breathing. She tried to reassure them. Everyone, remain calm. Survival is our first priority. But they ignored Clarice, rushing past her and shouting, I thought it was all over. Hurry, run. But the nobles froze as they exited the castle. Before them, a multi-eyed octopus monstrosity stared down at them. The nobles screamed in panic. What in the world is that? One man stood completely frozen, unable to move. His pupils dilated in pure terror. He thought frantically, has it spotted us? The beast's largest eye glared down, and swarms of smaller monsters descended with horrifying shrieks. They screamed in terror. What is this hell? Is that Glapin? That madman even summoned demonic beasts. While the nobleman was still stunned, a gremlin crashed into his chest. A spray of red erupted everywhere. The others shrieked in fear, Run! Save yourselves. But Clarice held her ground, using her magic to block the creatures. Everyone, please, try to stay calm. The purple-haired woman flew into the air, handling the aerial threats. Saintess, their numbers are too overwhelming. The two of us cannot possibly protect them all. This situation is completely out of our control. Without the official army's intervention, suddenly, a massive explosion erupted before the horde of monsters. Her eyes widened in disbelief as she recalled something. I heard from the top student of Sylvania's 54th class that she only took that title because of good timing. Because in the 52nd class, there exists a once-in-a-millennium magical genius. And just then, from the 53rd class, Phonia and her comrades appeared. Everyone, evacuate under the guidance of the spirits. The purple-haired woman then remembered a certain title, the One-Person Legion. She announced loudly, I will forge a path to the exit for you all. The woman's thoughts surfaced again. Such a being truly does exist. Princess Selahia moved through the central hall, protected by the head of House Dunn. Sienna Bloomriver, head of the Witch Clan, and her spirit army were assisting the guests' evacuation. Meanwhile, Saintess Clarice was with Janica. Panting, Clarice followed her. Senior Janica, where are we headed? She replied while rushing ahead. I need to grab something from S's room. We must move quickly. The purple-haired woman watched their every move. They were hurrying towards S's room. A night of terror descended upon the Ed Rotstaylor domain, and the only one who could see the entire picture could only be that man. The awakening of the evil god was supposed to be the end of Chapter 4. It was meant to happen during Ty's second winter vacation. But contrary to the original story, he frowned, recalling what happened. Even though I stopped the sage's letter from falling into Glapin's hands, he still summoned the evil god a full half-year ahead of schedule. To seize the evil god's power, countless lives must be sacrificed, and the higher a noble's authority and prestige the greater the power they provide as an offering. In the original story, when Princess Phonia was student council president, she constantly pressured and restrained Glapin, making his research and collection of sacrifices difficult. Desperate to find sacrifices, Glapin decided to attack Sylvania Academy, the gathering place for children of the most prominent bloodlines. But now, everything is different. Phonia has relinquished her ambitions for the presidency and royal authority. Because of that, the restraints on Glapin have vanished. He no longer needed to attack the academy. This perfectly timed social gathering was more than enough. To curry favor with Princess Selahia, he just had to use those hungry for power, and the sacrifices would be plentiful. Now I understand why he restored my title. I should have been a thorn in his side for surviving that curse. He reinstated me just to make me a noble once more. They built me up with false hope, just to offer me as the perfect sacrifice. To think the source of this entire tragedy was me all along. Rotstaylor warily pinned the creature to the wall, his short sword's power sinking into its eye. His face darkened as he tightened his grip. The scene shifts back to the annex's third-floor hall. S stopped, facing the man before him, and asked, "Who are you?" Cadoc's eerie laughter echoed. Gripping his twin blades, he stared S down. Baring his teeth, Cadoc growled, "It has been a while, young master." Memories of him flooded back. They shared no good memories, but he was a familiar face. Those sacrificed become twisted slaves to a demonic god. Cadoc swung his dagger with a snarl. "Simply wonderful, young master." Mug shot forward bravely, sinking its teeth into Cadoc's hand. A thought crossed his mind. Though remnants of their former selves remained, they were now just killing machines, driven only to destroy. However, he kept his combat skills, now amplified by dark power. Enraged, the man viciously swung his left arm. Absolute loyalty to the House of Rotstaylor. S glared at Mug, thinking, "This battle is endless unless I take their heads." Facing a knight of Cadoc's level was a daunting challenge. Suddenly, a monster erupted from the ground behind him. His eyes widened in shock from the sudden attack. S watched, stunned, as Cadoc's head fell, spraying red liquid like a fountain. S's pupils dilated. "This creature I'm facing. It never even appeared in the Sword Saint of Sylvania." The monster pinned Cadoc to the ground. He struggled to speak. "Get out of here. Now." Its tentacles coiled around the colossal blade. Cadoc struggled to speak as S gritted his teeth, thinking, main boss or sub-boss. I have never seen this thing before. It was then I truly understood my fate as Rotstaylor, a cog in this twisted world. A blonde girl with tentacles appeared, her voice chilling, "I cannot let you take another."